What's up everybody, Lee here with some more Vampire Survivors, and this one is going to be a little bit different because it is just me today, because I did something that took me over a week of attempts to accomplish, and instead of showing you the run, because it's sort of a boring run to just sit and watch, I'm going to go over the highlights and how you can do this yourself. So as you can tell from the title of the video, I killed Death. It was a very difficult thing to do, but it is very accomplishable. You just have to contend with a little bit of RNG and just hope you get lucky. So the first thing to consider is how do you do it? Now for your power-ups, you're going to want everything on except for Magnet, Luck, Growth, and Curse. Curse is pretty obvious, but the other ones might not be. You want Magnet and Growth turned off because you don't want to be picking up any additional XP because you're going to want to stay at level 2. Not having Growth all the way filled up means that if you do end up getting an unlucky crystal or 2 of XP, then it's not going to necessarily be run ending as long as you don't hit the next level. And as far as luck is concerned, you don't want luck because if a boss dies on you and you get the chest, you want a basic chest. You don't want an epic or legendary chest because that's going to level up your weapons too fast for reasons that I'll get into in a second. You want to use the character Cleric, because they have a unique ability of having larger weapons at low level. We're going to utilize this for several reasons that I'll get into in a second. So once you pick Cleric, you're going to pick the library. You can do it hyper, but I prefer not to because it makes it a little bit easier. And once you go into the map, you're going to make a beeline for the green gem in the upper left and pick it. You're looking to find a rune tracer. If you don't find a rune tracer, restart the run and try again. Once you have the rune tracer, you're going to position yourself right here. My best attempts had it where my belt line was right here, and then you line up your hand right here, and that gives you a pretty good position. While you're in this position, the rune tracer will bounce back and forth rapidly, pretty much right on top of you, and it's going to make you invulnerable to anything. All of the enemies in this game's health scales with your level. We're only going to stay at level 2 because that's going to keep this rune tracer nice and big, because Cleric's projectiles are larger the lower level you are. And that's going to keep it so that everybody's health stays low so they die very quickly. And this includes Death. The only way that you could possibly kill the Reaper at the end is if you stay at level 2, which makes his enormous hit points manageable to be killed. So once you get this set up, you're just hoping to not pick up XP orbs as the enemies come close to you. This takes some luck sometimes. If you accidentally level to level 3, restart the run, your run is over. Next, you're looking for, this usually happens around the 3-minute mark, a red gem will appear. A red gem means that there's so much XP on the floor that it's all being condensed into that one gem. It's usually the gem the furthest away from you. If it's off screen, it's probably going to be somewhere to your right, but hopefully it's on screen so you know where it is. Once that happens, you pretty much go make a sandwich, because you're pretty much all set. You can't get experience anymore because it's all being funneled into the red gem. Any creatures that get near you, including bosses, just immediately die to just being chainsawed to death from your rune tracer. And now you're just waiting for the end of the game. Once you hit the 30-minute mark and everything dies, you immediately want to dash towards that red orb. You don't worry about picking up XP anymore because Death has spawned and you need levels. The things that you're going to want to pick up in a priority order, if you see the bone, take it. The bone is incredibly high damage. If you don't see the bone, you need the laurel and you need the clock lancet. Those are mandatory. You also want to find the empty tome, You want a candelabra, you want a bracer. Spinach is nice. If you don't find a bone, good alternative items are the knife is quite good, and lightning ring is fine. Just make do with what you can. Your leveling order is also important. The empty tome only applies its abilities to a weapon after the weapon levels, so you have to level the empty tome first. That said, once you get the empty tome to level 3, you're going to want to get your clock lancet maxed out, because a level 3 empty tome on the clock lancet has the perfect timing to keep death permanently frozen. Once you do that, finish leveling up the empty tome, and then level up all of your weapons to 8. When you level up, you have a brief period of invulnerability, so death can't kill you. So if death is on top of you while you're leveling, you should be fine. That said, I ended up dying while I was leveling, but I think that was just a weird circumstance. This never happened to me before, but that's fine. And then you want to go grab at least one chest, because you should, if you have the bracers and the knives, for example, you can level up your knives. If you have a duplicator with the lightning ring, you can level that up. So just upgrade all of the weapons that you can upgrade. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up into this alcove here, where your rune tracer and the bone, if you have it, can bounce back and forth rapidly. If you can get death in there, it's going to do a tremendous amount of damage. What happened in my run is death kind of was lower in the alcove and didn't want to come in, but his head was just barely getting hit by my rune tracer going back and forth, so he was still taking maximum damage. But that's not likely going to happen if you try this. You're going to want to get him in the alcove with you, and then just constantly keep him frozen and have the laurel protect you in between him being frozen. And you're going to want to do as much damage as you can as fast as possible, because things start getting complicated once more Reapers spawn in every minute. The second Reaper is usually okay, because a lot of times he'll get stuck on a bookcase to the left, but once the third Reaper comes in, he'll usually shove that second Reaper through the bookcase, and then you gotta contend with 2 Reapers. If you can keep them frozen, it's fine, but it makes it a lot more difficult, a lot less consistent. And then at that point, you pray and you hope for the best. I had many runs where I just couldn't do enough damage in enough time. It largely depends on what weapons you can find, how cooperative the Reaper is being today. If the stars align and you get lucky, something like this could happen.
You win. Perfect.
So yeah, I technically killed him after he killed me, but it still counted. I was incredibly lucky. Most people that kill him do it much cleaner than this, but you know how we do around here. Once you do that, you have him unlocked. He's your character. He starts with an upgraded scythe, and he's very cool. So if you want to give this one a shot, it is difficult. It's going to take some time, but it is very doable. So keep at it. Hope you do well, and let me know in the comments if you guys managed to kill him and unlock him for yourselves. And with that, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.